So what port security you can do? Okay, so you can limit number of MAC addresses. Per port. Okay, and then assign specific MAC addresses. Okay. So you can say, okay, only that MAC address can go in. Or you could limit the number, and you can say, okay, only 3 MAC addresses can go in. Okay. So that is the port security. Low level, only layer 2, only work on frames. But it is effective in
can you limit to 2 specific MAC addresses?
Yes, you could just put in the two MAC addresses in there. So the way that you have is the options you have is secure, static secure MAC address. And static secure MAC address, and then the next one is dynamic secure, and I will talk about the different ones, and sticky secure.
Sticky?
Yeah. So you have 3 options to program. Static secure, you manually input the MAC addresses you want. Okay? So you have 2 people using that port. You say only these 2 MAC addresses. You type in the actual MAC address. That one will stay permanent. You turn off the router, either you turn off the switch, you turn on the switch, they will be stored in memory all the time. That's called static secure, which means you are going to tell the switch only these 2 MAC addresses can go in, and you actually have to physically program these MAC addresses in there. Dynamic secure, you're going to say, okay, the first 2 people that come in, you let them in. The third person, no. So whichever MAC address you dynamically learn, the first, and then the second one, those are the only 2, and that's it. All right? So that's called dynamic, which means you didn't program it, but you're going to let the switch learn the MAC address. So the first person comes in, the MAC address will be registered. The second person comes in, the MAC address will be registered. The third person comes in, they will not be able to do anything. The other 2, whenever they want to, they come in, they are okay. But the third person will not, because only 2 MAC addresses I programmed it. Now, the difference between these 2, besides they will learn the MAC address dynamic, is what happens once you shut down the switch or restart the switch, you lose these 2 MAC addresses, get erased, and has to learn it all over again. So then what I do is I do it sticky. Sticky means that the two MAC addresses, if I make it sticky, the 2 MAC addresses that I learn, it converts them into a permanent MAC addresses, which means if I turn off the switch and I turn it on again, these 2 will always be there, only these 2. Okay? So for example, I want all these people here to be able to access the port. This is just an example. Well, I have 2 ways to do that. I can do static secure and type 25 MAC addresses by hand. I'm not going to do that, okay? If I do it dynamic, it will learn it, but the problem is if I turn off the switch, it will be all erased, okay? And then somebody else can come in and be able to get it. So then I'll do it sticky. which means as it learns it, it will convert it to permanent. Okay, and then the next time I turn it off, turn it on, it doesn't matter. They're all there.
I see.
Okay, and that's the sticky part. Is relieve me from typing in every single MAC address manually. And then, of course, this one also memorize it, guys, for the CCNA test, which is the violation. The violation mode. There's a 3 violation modes: restricted, protect, and shut down. Restrict is the least restricted, okay? So I say, okay, I let only these 2 people go in, correct? A third person comes in, tries to connect to the port, all right? What I'm going to do with that third person? So what I'm gonna do, so let's say, for example, we are all on a hub. There's my 2 PCs that I have, Mac 1 and Mac 2. This is my Mac 1 and Mac 2. Then a third person comes in here, okay? So if I put it on restrict, this person is just gonna get blocked. They're not gonna go anywhere. But these 2 people will still be working and everything is good. The switch is not gonna send any message to me, to the administrator. It's not going to register as an error or violation or and nothing is going to happen. Just this person is not going to be able to connect. That's all. That's the other 2 can normally be working and traffic goes in and out. So that's the restrict. The protect. The protect is going to add 2 things. The protect is going to send a syslog message to be logged in the syslog server, and it's going to increment the error counter. So it is going to send a syslog message and increment error counter. And the last one, shutdown, basically it's going to shut the turn off, shut down the port using the error disable. You have to physically enter shut, no shut, to turn interface back on. So this is the most extreme one, the shutdown. That means if the third person connects in here and I have the shutdown, then all these people are going to get disconnected because the whole port is going to go down.